Hello, this is Andrew. Welcome to Atomo. It is February 24, 2024. It's a 2-4 day, but we're not here talking about beers. We're here to talk about the crazy liberal government that we have here in Canada. I want to put this one forward. So there's a item on Justin Trudeau's menu of things that he does, and he's in Ukraine right now. And so this came up today. I took a screenshot because I figured this is going to go away after it gets through the rounds in Twitter. Gender inclusive demining for sustainable futures in Ukraine. So I'll read this out. Funding amount is $4 million. The project from the Halo Trust aims to safeguard the lives and livelihoods of Ukrainians, including women and internally displaced persons, by addressing the threat of explosive ordnance present across vast areas of the country. Project activities include conducting non-technical surveys and subsequent manual clearance in targeted communities, providing capacity building to key national stakeholders, and establishing a gender and diversity working group to promote gender transformative mine action in Ukraine. Talking about a word salad. Holy cow. I'm looking at this. I thought mines are bad. It's just I can't. That's why I'm going to bring up. This is the Halo Trust that was mentioned. I went to their website, and I picked Laos specifically because Laos does have a big problem after the Vietnam War, being and they put here, the most bombed country in the world per capita. So there was a lot of bombing runs during the Vietnam War, and that ordnance, there's a lot of it that's still in Laos. So it makes sense that if I scroll down, there's funding through the United States government and the UK government. Hopefully GCHQ's getting in there and fixing some of their problems, but that's only hopium on my part. I digress. So you would think that when it came to Ukraine, a part of considering a peace plan could be to, have Russia pay their amount to help clean up the area. So I got no ill will against the particular group that's doing this. And clearing landmines it is an important action that needs to happen. It does disrupt the livelihood of people who want to go on and live their life. It doesn't talk about where they're clearing in Ukraine, and are they in areas where we're finally returning things back to the way they were. I don't know, just to jump back to I brought this up here. I'll put the links in the description. But I went back to the page. I think it's been updated since then with different copy, because no longer if I do a search for gender, it just has something about more sexual and gender-based violence. The government that we have here in Canada is very, very woke. Now my suspicions are, if I go back to here, that in order to make the funding available, need to know more. did the actual, I can see it being written this way, given that the folk here know how woke our government, our liberal government is here in Canada, that if you write this sort of equity and inclusion, diversity style word salad, that this thing's going to be taken up in a hot minute. It's like, oh my God, yes, that is important. You're clearing landmines. My opinion is the most important thing to do if you're clearing landmines is to get the equipment and training out there to whoever wants to volunteer to take on that activity. very dangerous activity. So if we break down the words here, internally displaced persons, possibly meaning refugees, that internal refugees, people that are moving. It says internally displaced, so I'm assuming they're talking about Ukrainians there that can't live in the battle zone areas. They've moved out of there. By addressing the threat of explosive ordnance present across vast areas of the country, projects include conducting non-technical surveys. Okay, so just asking some people some open-ended questions. Manual clearance in targeted communities, so very select communities. So not sure how far $4 million goes in mine clearing, but there's a bunch of other stuff here. Capacity building to key national stakeholders. So what that means is whatever agenda that this group has, capacity building in your woke Marxist lexicon really means that we are going to find other activists that are within government, or we're going to create activists. So again, we don't know exactly what this entails. It says it comes from the Halo Trust, so it almost seems like there's some of the DEI woke activism that's getting into this particular group. Probably if they're getting difficulty getting funding, they have to throw all this diversity stuff in it in order to get funding, perhaps, to do their work. Promote gender transformative mine action. Diversity working group to promote gender transformative. I have no idea what that means. I'm trying to guess at what that means. Are they just trying to see like how many women get blown up versus how many men get blown up by unexploded ordnance and mines? And if, a lot of men get blown up, then study concluded, let's walk away. A lot of women get blown up, let's throw our hands up in the air. I really don't know, but overall what I want to do is just bring this forward to you all and show you that this is something that when it comes to pork spending and giving aid to other countries, this is what the Liberal government has in mind. Is that? Have a nice day and see you in the next video.